Yeah, yeah, yeah. You are in the Red Light Rush with your man kShaun. Thank you for joining us once again. And we're still previewing Jay Z's Magna Carta. And we suggest you go out and get that if you like fresh, hot music. It's one of those albums or CDs or DVDs that will last again and again. And we're talking about water as far as technology goes in this city. And the technology has told on uh, Tom Ford, allegedly, because while he was gone to his other crib in another season, when he came back to a $1 million+ water bill because his pipes had burst, and I guess the Ford family didn't really care to hire any local house sitters, and so what they come back to is a greater damage. But I guess in his league you can put no price on safety. So maybe having no one at the house is and paying millions of dollars in water fees, let alone the damage to replace, maybe worth it to Tom Ford. And we wouldn't have known that he even lived here. Like I said before, is one of the greatest things about Santa Fe is people don't freak out that you're a celebrity. Something spiritual, really spiritual about the city, different Santa Fe, New Mexico. And we realize that everybody has some brown stuff coming out of their backside. Everybody, every one of us. And we don't run up and hit celebrities upside the head while they're trying to eat or be with their families, because we realize that they're family too. And again, a lot of people come and buy property here because we're just laid back like that. And we respect and we like the actors and directors and clothing moguls for what they do, and we respect them in that area and leave them alone when they're eating, when they are trying to eat their food. So a lot of people come here, but again, we wouldn't have even known if the pipes hadn't burst at his estate. We wouldn't have even known Tom Ford was living here unless we were fanatical, which most of us here are not fanatical. We are fans, but we're not fanatics. And if you've ever been to New Mexico, you might know what I'm talking about. There's something real spiritual here, very special, that really allows people to put their feet on the ground, no matter how high they aim in the sky for all their dreams and goals and pie or whatever. But happy Tuesday. Thank goodness that we are here, that you are here. It is the 6th of April, and we're going to get right to the weather or traffic, because that seems to be most important. On your way out to Gallup, there is a accident on the westbound side as you're leaving Albuquerque. I want you to know that. Today's weather and news and traffic is brought to you by Rockworks. No relation to The Rock. no relation to Rock or Jay-Z. That seems to be a current theme here. And we just support things we like, and they just happen to all, for some reason, be rock related, if you will. So, and not the kind of rock that the mayor of Canada seems to just can't get enough of. He doesn't understand some things about his brain and the pleasure center, but he'll get it eventually. I think this last one must have been a ploy for his next show, because he's leaving office. He's probably not going to be reelected, but I digress. Today's Red Light Rush weather and traffic is brought to you by Rockworks, stone masonry design, and there's their very fancy, nice card, and they have some samples of what they do, and you can't really see it there, but you want to get in touch with Joe, 505-695-5248. I can tell you Joe is a real easygoing gentleman. He's been doing rock, and he's been doing masonry for quite a long time. He is well invested and owns enough of himself to be able to do a good job and stand behind his work. And again, that is Rockworks, Stone Masonry and Design. 505-695-5248. That's 505-695-5248. And you can ask for Joe, and he'll be glad to talk to you about some designs or some different consultation that you may need on your property, because every property is a little different, especially up here in the mountains at this elevation. I'm glad to say that I am constantly brought back to a state of happiness as soon as I go take a walk. It's real easy to do. Trust me. So barring that little, and the traffic is really slow for a good stretch, coming from Grants, headed to Gallup, and headed on out west on the Big 40. So you need to know that you're going to be actually stopped, and it's maybe 5-6 miles an hour. I don't see any construction. Must be an accident. So we'll go out, as you can see. I'm giving it right to you so that you can see what I'm talking about. All right. So here's the big city, Albuquerque. That's what Bugs Bunny was talking about. No, New Mexico is not in Mexico. New Mexico is in the United States. That's right. So there's an interchange, looks like, from 40. As you can see, there's some slow traffic. Let's get right down in there. See if our ISP could keep up with these simple transitions that we're trying to make. And I think traffic is always slow right here. So here's Route 66, or route, however you want to say it, route, Central Avenue. So in the big city, it's all about Central. And that's the truth. But so most of the time down here in the metropolis, it's going to be slow and easy going. You want to prepare. Over by the University of New Mexico, looks like it's extra slow. You can see right there. But it looks like all the usual suspects. When it's not the usual suspects, you'll find that an entire block or an entire length of a road between two major roads will be red, and that's an accident. That means that nobody can really get around. But when you see small red cuts, generally it's the usual suspects as far as what time it is. So as we travel north, coming over to the city different, as we head to Santa Fe, you're going to see the usual suspects as well headed to Rio Rancho. Or in those up 550, here's Rio Rancho. Here's Albuquerque. These is kind of like the suburbs, if you will. I can only imagine this is where all the people that don't make a certain amount of money will live eventually. That's the plan, is to reclaim the cityscapes for people that live in a higher tax bracket. It's been the plan for quite a while. If you don't know about that, I suggest you check into it. But here we are in Santa Fe. Looks like the airport's pretty good, better than most days. There's Agua Fria. I imagine that this will be Midtown at some point here before 2020. And this will, over here somewhere, will probably be the end. Let's see if we grow this way. This will probably be the back of town at some point, not too far from now. This will probably be Midtown. And here's downtown. But you can see the usual suspects. However, at this time on Cerrillos, there must be some sort of pullover where people have been pulled over. Trying to catch up to that Cinco de Mayo quota, perhaps. And also the laws have changed as far as what you can do with a phone while you're driving. Keep that in mind. But as you can see here, it's usually St. Michael's just right here and over here at Cerrillos. However, you can see there's something going on here because it's a little different today. And it shouldn't, at this time of day, it shouldn't quite be like this. So just want you to know that it's not normal activity. There could be some police presence, who knows. But we just want to let you know. We can't dissect exactly why at this time. But here's St. Francis as it crosses Cerrillos. They call that the crossroads. If you've never heard of the crossroads in New Mexico and Santa Fe, that's what they're referring to. But it looks like if you're headed downtown, you got some activity that isn't normal as well. I mean, there's a couple of fender benders, it looks like, from my best guess, because these aren't usually all red. It's usually yellow with a little bit of red at the intersection where people are trying to decide as they look at their maps and as they look at their phones or their iPads where to go. So this is the Red Light Rush, and you're in with kShaun of memesIT.com. 505-603-9875 is where we can be reached. If you have a problem with your network or your computer, we'd love to help you. We're the most affordable in town as it goes to what we call as house calls or scene or on the scene development, which could mean anything. Possibly it could just be that something's not plugged in. It could be that you have a virus. It could be any of those things. Just want you to have a heads up about that. If you give us a call, we would love to schedule a consultation with you. If you just have, you know, a great system, you're paying top dollar, and still you can't seem to get the speed that you need, and they want to charge you $85 for someone to show up, and then more if they actually fix it by the hour and all that good stuff. And these are usually the ISP contractors that the ISP says, hey, there's a problem, we'll schedule you to go over there. We still beat those guys. So if you need some consultation or some help, give us a call. My name is Shaun. Someone will get back with you immediately or in good time. So if you're at a stop sign or a red light and you saw this show and we gave you something or some tools or some news that you could use, let us know. Drop us a line, hit like or subscribe. So as we head out of town, here is the National Cemetery. It looks pretty good, better than most days on the way out of town. Headed north, you're going to go through Tsuki Village, which has a great little cafe down at the end of the landing, across from the opera, and they call that Tsuki Village Cafe. But then you got to go through Pewaukee, and you're going to pass by Buffalo Thunder, and you can set up a tea time there at the Toa Golf, or Black Mesa, whatever is your flavor, because Black Mesa is a little bit closer to Espanola. Either way, get some golf today. Just give them a call, ask them, tell them what time you're ready, or you'll be ready to play, and see if you can get a lower rate. Or maybe forego the greens fees altogether for one time only. If you've never been there, perhaps ask them about that. Pewaukee is right here. Very rich pueblo. Thanks to the laws that were finally followed, they can now reap the rewards of a casino. Big ups to the president of that pueblo, very nice artist, very nice man, and his lieutenant governor. So the governor and the lieutenant governor of Pewaukee, very nice people, very sensible, thoughtful. Give them a visit. They have a wonderful buffet if you like to partake. And here's Espanola, and it's all green, I got to tell you. And I wish that the Rio Grande was that full. I wish the Rio Grande was really that full. But hopefully there'll be enough water for some whitewater rafting. I'm not sure this year. But there's your traffic. Here's your weather. Going to be cooling off, and because we're in the middle of that cooling trend we talked about yesterday. But the current temperature is 66 degrees right outside Santa Fe, New Mexico. The city different. Oldest city in the nation, if you didn't know. But it looks like we got zero precipitation. The humidity is 13%, and the wind currently is 13 miles per hour. And tomorrow, be partly cloudy, 64 degrees will be the high tomorrow because of that cooling trend. And Wednesday's overnight will be 36 degrees. All of you rosebush lovers, all of you people with sensitive plants and fauna, sensitive fauna, you might want to take heed to that, these warnings, because they may not have to, your plants, your favies may not actually, or your babies may not actually need to freeze to be harmed. So keep that in mind. But we don't like to go too far in the weather. It looks like Saturday is predicted to have a high of 75 and totally sunny. We hope that is true. This is just a model, a weather prediction. And these were done by Google. You can put Google and your zip code and get accurate weather information or traffic information, which we'll be talking about sometime. I've been meaning to talk to you about Google traffic. You might want to take some time to get to know Google traffic, because I think that it'll be worth your time. When I wake up some mornings, very early in the morning sometimes, this map really tells the story, really tells the tale of what's happening from city to city. It won't even be green if there's no traffic. So I dare say that you can tell where the Smokies are, or the activity is, no matter what city you're in. And if you're thinking about going out somewhere and there's no traffic, maybe there's a problem. Maybe there's a reason. And I can assure you that law enforcement is taking advantage of all this technology. So they can tell where traffic is happening. Also, they have municipal channels that they can lean towards. But early in the morning and late in the evening, these maps tell on all of us, whether there's a house party next to a highway or whatever. So I want you to keep that in mind as you debate whether or not to stay on the right side of the law or deviate or take an excursion to the wild and dark side. You need to know. You need to know. And I'm telling you, this is just a message from your friendly neighborhood ninja, kShaun, right here for memesIT.com and Black Eye IT Productions. By the way, all of you adult entertainment webcammers, if you need help, you can give us a call as well. We would love to show you how to, if you have the equipment, we'd love to consultate with you and see what needs to be done to help you in your quest for revenue, mass amounts of revenue. We'd like to help you if we can. We are very professional. We keep all of our clients confidential. That is a must. So if you need some help, if you have a small audience and you need help building it, and you fear that something's not quite right with your system, either network or your hardware or your software, we'd like to troubleshoot it for you and get you into the America that you're looking for. So here we are. Here he is. There's the man right there, right? Richard Brand. You might want to know this kind of stuff, but then again, here I am for you if you don't have time to go through it all. They want to get into the bundle business, and I wondered how long it would take. If you haven't figured it out yet, because you're still trying to figure out a lot of things with technology, it moves so fast and it's constantly changing, yes. And you can make it a hobby if you like, or if not, you can tune in and I'll blab all about it so, with my video blab. I think my big brother Eli, the computer guy, has got the video blob for the daily blob. And I suggest if you need to know something as well, you can check him out. He's a very good source, and he's been giving back to the community for years and years and years. And he has almost 1,000 videos. He finally got over 1 million views on his website and his websites and his channels. And congratulations. But I can tell you with certainty that if you can depend on most of the information you get from him. As well, he will tell you whether or not he is just giving you the light version or the deep version. He's one of those kind of people that kind of believe in character and integrity, as far as if he puts it out there, he pretty much knows what it is. It's not like he's just saying, oh yeah, go do that, go do this. He's using it or he's used it. You can guarantee that. So not just trying to send you away, but the wonderful thing about the internet is that if one source doesn't have it, another source does. If one source is closed or not doing anything, another source is. We want to give the power back to you. It's just a matter of reading and applying some new knowledge. So when you remake your mind, you can change your life. That's true. So part of reading First Creation is having good information. So quality in, quality out. So if you got crap information and you're depending on it and you start using it and it's not right, the integrity's wrong, it may cost you some real pain, some blood, sweat, and tears that you hadn't anticipated or signed up for when you counted the cost on trying out that new venture. So we try to give you as many tools as you can use. I can tell you right now, one of the things that will save most businesses and most people, if they would take the time to back up their information, it would just be a matter of reinstalling the major. Well, it sounds easier than it is because it's always a pain. But however, the ability to lose everything can happen to anyone. I must say that. But the more you are get in the habit of being prepared for opportunities, as well as when things may go wrong as well. But if you're constantly trying to be prepared for opportunities, you won't have to worry about being ready for anything, really. So if you change your focus, change your mental map or your paradigm to actually being prepared for opportunities, all the rest of it will take care of itself in a sense. Big ups to Marshall McGee at DSU Training Institute, H-Town. Been there for years, giving to the community. So I wondered how long it would take for even a company like Virgin Mobile, to realize that everybody's making all of this decision power, making money through these bundles. So yeah, you may not need X, Y, because all you needed was Z. However, it's more affordable if you bundle it up. However, it can also be more of a burden if you bundle it up. So you can be burdened by the bundle, or you could not be bothered by the bundle. It's up to you. The sheer magnitude of the information is simple. Here's a gentleman that wants to do everything different. He doesn't want to be like the rest of the guys. Notice there's no tie. Notice that's a bomber jacket. That's not a suit jacket. He's got his signature uniform white shirt, of course. And look, I guess that's a pimp ring. Is he wearing a king ring on his left pinky right there? So, in the world of in terms of mob terms or old world terms, he is a don. That's for sure. He is a don or a king, if you will. But my major point is he is not like the other guys. He's not going to wear a tie, and he's been an inspiration to many. He does things that his people tell him not to do. It's probably not a good idea for you to get on, climb that mountain or whatever. It doesn't matter to him because they don't dictate what he does. However, the money seems to have dictated right here that they get into the bundle business. And if you pay for a bundle, you understand why a company would find that. Company that previously didn't find it worthy of their time, now all of a sudden realizes that if they want more power and more decision-making power, they're going to need to make some more revenue. It's a no-brainer. They already have products, and here comes the bundle. So the wind-up, the pitch, and that's what you got. Business is business. It's not feeling related. So whether or not people think that they're eating crow or he's eating crow is debatable, because really and truly, when you mature, or when you mature in business, or when you mature in self-development, if you're on the wrong road or you're on the wrong track, if you will, you don't give a damn what people say about you or what they're going to do or as far as behind your back or whatever. All you need to know is that this is the wrong track. This is not the track we're supposed to be on, and all you're interested in is getting on the right track or the right path, if you will. I can tell you that, yeah, it depends on your mindset or your paradigm, whether it's a victory or whether or not you think that that's a bad thing. Everybody's going to know that you were wrong. Who cares? We say, and this gentleman is saying as well, he doesn't really care about that. Yes, they had opportunities to do it before, but screw that. We're doing it now. Here's the right track or path that we need to be on, and we're going to go down that track full steam now that we're on the right one. That's mature. That's business, and it doesn't involve feelings. Now, whether he would have rolled it out personally or not, it was still going to get rolled out, I'm pretty sure. I mean, he still commands a great deal of power in his business and his companies. However, there comes, because he just has enough money not to be burdened by boards and all that kind of stuff. But eventually, it happens. Eventually, they will wait till he probably runs out of steam and then try to take over when he's not paying attention. And that's where good assistants that can't be bought off can really come in handy on that level, because they're always after the company. You have to understand that. If you get something that's great and it grows out of control, you have to understand that it's going to, from the time that it becomes a monster, if you will, for lack of a better term, you're going to have to do all you can to keep control of it, or say la vie, sayonara, I don't want that kind of problem, and you're going to just write it off and have somebody take over. And that's usually what happens. It's just a matter of time. But there he is, looking vital, as young and prosperous as he possibly has ever looked. So I don't think anybody's worried about that right now. But here's a big hint. Here's a guy that's not exactly a rebel, and he's not a schoolboy, sunny boy either. And he's somewhere in the middle, and he still wants to own his company. And they decided to go with the bundle as well. Now, how they roll that out, how it will be different from everybody else's, I'm sure that it will be unique. But the whole point is, it's along the mainstream lines of business. And if you're in business, you're going to probably conform at some point if you want to stay alive. If you want your thing out there to remain and exist, you're going to, no company or no man is an island. That's a truism. So check the story out. Go to our site, memesit.com. I want to show off to you, if you click flip mag, I want to show this off to you so that you can do this too. It's just not, I'm not just showing off just to be showing off. I want you to understand, if you have a company or a car club or a bridge club or a sewing club, or whatever it is that you got, you guys can keep up to date if you had your own little magazine. You don't necessarily need a website. We have it on our website, but you don't need a website. So you need to know that too. So yeah, ain't he cool? Ain't he cool? So big difference between him and Bill Gates. Bill Gates wears a bow tie. Come from a different school. So two different guys doing almost the same thing now, because business kind of commands that it does. So there's DuckDuckGo. This is the search engine for our justbrowsing.info. So if you are looking for a browser that you can use, or your kids can use without destroying your stuff, justbrowsing.info, download the ISO, burn it, and use it as a live CD on your machine. And this is what you'll find as the search engine. Well, here, the Business Insider .com, Megan Rose Dickey, says that this guy, or this company, DuckDuckGo, which is a search engine for just browsing, is one of the safest so far. They don't give all your information away. They don't report your information. And we got stories on that. We think it's a pretty big deal. And so at any time, if you want to check out some stories of what's new in tech, as far as what might affect you and your wallet, you can always go to memesit.com and check out our magazines, because we're constantly flipping stories over to the different magazines. So if you wanted to get your own 3D printer, you can, and you can start experimenting. Like, I know a lot of roughnecks that when the CNC came out and became affordable, they went out and got the programs and the computers and the machines, and they went crazy, started making rims. That's when the rims, how long ago was that? 2006, 2005, something like that? But the whole world got flooded with rims because of the CNC came out with affordable equipment. So here's one, 3D Systems Cube Personal 3D Printer. Second generation in silver, $1,000 shipped. And that's a sale price because it's down from the regular price of $1,300. Go to 9to5toys.com. Justin Kahn wrote that story. I think it's great. This is putting a lot of things back in the hands of the consumer. So we have a part on our refrigerator that needs replacing, and if I had this 3D printer, which I can't wait to get, I could print out the extra plastic piece that I need and put it and install it so that we could have a place to put our mustard again, because one part of the plastic broke. And you know, I don't want to pay $50 for a little plastic piece because it's shaped just right. I don't want to do that. So if you're like me and you're always finding that you need a part for something or this or that, this might be a nice toy to play with and hone your skills at 3D printing. And before you know it, you might be able to upgrade to a machine and improve your business somehow. So it's coming. It's coming. The future is here, and the better times that you've never seen are coming. So some cat says that antivirus is dead. And of course, this cat actually works for Symantec. Symantec is, if you don't, listen folks, if you got the money, honey, they are the best security company in the world, period, hands down. Almost every major government is using Symantec in one form or another. However, if you are a crappy consumer, if you're a crappy user, as Big Brother Eli says, just like me, if you're a crappy user just like me, and they don't care about you, if you decline, if you take on their company, allegedly, if you say, yes, I want to try out your software, I want to try out your virus, your antivirus, and all that good stuff. I want to try out your program, all right? Or it came with your laptop and it somehow got initiated and activated, and then the time comes around for you to pay real money, and you decide not to pay, you'll find that your computer turns to paperweight. So check theguardian.com has this story. I tend not to believe anything that I hear from Symantec because they're so cold-blooded against their customers or their proposed or customers that they might get when they decide not to take their deal. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, just skip it. If you know what I'm talking about, if you've ever had their product or tried their product and didn't decide to pay them, you know what happened to your computer soon afterwards. So, but I had to say from experience, they are the best in the world if you're paying them. The moment you decide not to pay them, they could also be your worst enemy. So, allegedly, that's Shaunism. That was my experience, and whole lot of customers. I worked on their machines. Symantec was in the background pulling strings, and they go by other names, but I don't want to go. I want to stick to the story. I don't want to tell you what their other company names are because I don't want to get in trouble. But please check out the site. Go to memesit.com and check out our Morning Hash magazine. So if you got a Dropbox, if you're one of those Dropbox people, you know, you got Dropbox, and you need to check it out. Again, calling all cause over there, calling all cause. if you got a Dropbox, you need to check your account. They left you exposed for a little while, and we don't know if it could happen again. We don't know exactly what the story is, but over at Wired.com UK, you can get the full story from Katie Collins. She can't wait for you to read her visions of that. So here's Microsoft. They're going to hold a tablet event on May 20th. Tune in. If you get a chance, tune in. Check that out at time.com with Doug Amoth. And I have to say, tablets are the future. Whether or not we love our laptops, it doesn't matter. It's what the generation or the multitude, the mass of people can use and what they're going to use. They can use a laptop, but I can tell you from the last laptop I tried to sell weighed 5.6 pounds, and that was too heavy for the lady that was thinking about buying it. And it's a simple thing. Most techie people will probably have some old laptop somewhere. The majority of folks are gonna, and of course they're gonna be the Macs. People are gonna have Mac laptops because they just work and work and work. They're gonna have the newest one. They're gonna have the latest one, even if it doesn't have all the ports they need. It doesn't matter. There's the Wi-Fi and there's the cloud. Who cares about ports, right? Anyway, the majority of us are going for the tablets like gangbusters. We want to be able to pull something out, get something done, and put it away and go on with our lives. And a tablet provides that opportunity for us. And I'm a crappy user with you. I'm right there in the mix with you. So I want you to know that if Microsoft is holding a worldwide event about a tablet, what the future is, then I would suggest tuning in on it. It's going to happen on May 20th. So it's not rocket science. I'm not telling you something you couldn't have came up with yourself, because you could have came up with this on your own. All right? You could have discerned that tablets were the future. You didn't necessarily need me to share. Let's see if I can get crapped on by maybe that little kid will drop a stinky load. So Mela is saying that they're going to let anyone collaborate on videos. So I think that's kind of cool. For all of you shutterbugs out there, that might be a cool app to get. So, and there's a lot going on there. They actually tell you about 3 or 4 different things that are happening inside of New York City right now. And one of them is TechCrunch Disrupt New York. You're going to find, oh man, like I said, the only way to truly test the integrity of systems is to break them and practice breaking them, like a drill, a lot, or over time, to see how fast and if there's better ways, easier ways, faster, more economical ways of fixing stuff after it's been broke. And if you break it several different ways, you find out several different ways of fixing problems. It's very necessary. And when it's planned, it's even better because it doesn't affect customers. Here's an opportunity for you to dig down into technology real fast. And if you didn't know a whole lot about it yesterday, if you read this article, it'll bring you right up to speed to the 21st century like that and tell you what's going on today if you're interested. Google will discuss security, and we're very happy to have this. And this is why DuckDuckGo is in the news, is because they don't cooperate. They just refuse to get their hands in the business. So what that means is maybe they don't cooperate, and maybe they just get treaded upon, or maybe they get, well, these entities, these government entities, the NSA, the CIA, they have rules that they abide by that are beyond our pay grade and understanding and everything else. It's none of our business, and it doesn't really concern us. And you say, well, how can you say that, Shaun? Well, we agree that they're going to do their job, and the only way that they can do their job generally is in the background. They don't usually follow the same rules as your local police officer would follow his directives. They have a whole set of directives that are totally different from anybody else in government, and they're given to them. That's given to them on purpose, by design. So you can get as upset as you want, but I say that companies that will talk about it, that will get permission and fight for permission to talk about what is transparent, whatever that means, what is not blacked or Wesley sniped out, what is allegedly, what is what they can talk about, and the willingness and desire to do that, because there are some companies that just don't give a damn about your and I's information, and they don't care about letting us know where they are on it. By the way, if you've gone through your email lately, if you can just think back, recall, did you see any emails from the many providers in which you share intimate, sensitive information about the HBB? And I would dare say, if you haven't heard a peep from those companies, one, you need to contact them. Two, you may need to think about getting rid of that account, totally deleting it, because it's not normal for any company to go through a world-changing event such as the HBB and not hear from the people that have their information. Nothing. So whether it's whoever it is, if it's a service you have paid for and you've given them lots of secure data and they haven't contacted you about it, you should be concerned about that. Not worried, concerned. You should be concerned that they haven't contacted you to tell you that everything is okay and that their systems are still up and running as far as they know. If they haven't even given you a courtesy email or text, you need to think about that. And at some point this week, you need to think about how many accounts do I have open that I don't even use? Good rule of thumb in security is to close what you're not using. Period. IT, one of the best things, one of the smartest things in IT. So think about that. Another thing is, if you don't have a need to have every computer hooked up to the internet in your small business, then why have them hooked up to the internet? Why not have them go to a page that says get back to work, or go to the proper station to use the internet? So there are several solutions in protecting yourself and or protecting your infrastructure, your business, your livelihood, your information. And there's plenty of people that all they do is think about this all day long. So I wanted to tell you, while I had a chance, we had some email a couple of times this week that we know that we didn't initiate. One, we did not initiate contact. And that is a real problem. Because if you didn't initiate contact, all right, why is somebody sending you mail in the first place? You follow me? If you didn't initiate the contact, what the hell are they doing calling you or trying to contact you in the first place? You dig? So we had a cat send us an email as far as a business was concerned. Well, his first handle said a woman's name in the email, and then when you got to the email, it had I guess who he was it had his name, and it was clear to me that it was some sort of BS, spam, or some way to get me to click on something. You need to know that, one, if you didn't initiate contact, you don't need to open it unless it's from a provider of one of your services, and you normally get mail from them. You can check out ain't nobody got time for that. But you need to know whether or not it's real. So we can give you some tips on that, because from the kind of emails we've seen this week have been really, really slick. They've looked really legit, but they weren't. And I'm so happy I have a secure system, or we would have paid the price for that, for clicking on it. So if you get an email and it says that it's from somebody you don't know and it's involving things you don't know, you can delete it immediately because you ain't got time for that. You can. I don't know. I barely have time to access the mail that I'm supposed to be getting, let alone be taken down some dark corner of the internet to click on something. The other thing is if you have to click on anything. All right. So in our case, one of the emails was they wanted me to contact them on Gmail. However, we are already on Gmail. We're already on Yahoo. We're already on YouTube. We're already on Google. We're already on LinkedIn. We're already on so many different venues, and there's no reason. He's already made contact, but we didn't initiate it. He's got a weird thing going on with his naming conventions about where the actual email is coming from, whose account. That's already a problem, and it's evident, right? Looking at without even opening the email, right? And this individual is asking me to meet him somewhere else when we have gone through major initiatives to make sure that people can call us. The number is there. If he was serious or he was for sure, he would have called. Why then am I going to meet him at another location when we've taken great means to get him the phone number? Don't really know, don't really care, because it goes against logic. It's beating itself up against that principle of logic, or that we've already set up a way of contact. We don't need to initiate another means of contact because we have all the contact that we could possibly get, and there's a link. I'm not clicking on that link because I know that that's where most of the problems are initiated, is through that first click. So I didn't click, but I wanted you to know, and I wanted you to go through this process of what happened. So with that said, Yahoo is its own entity. It has its own mail servers, and it for years, and this is the reason why I still use Yahoo, is because when I was just cutting my teeth, or even just being introduced, before I knew how to type, Yahoo was there, providing great services at no cost to me, complimentary of having an account with them. And I was doing things that people are just now starting to learn to do. I was doing, and they're paying for it. Me and several other people were doing this, and for free. We were appreciating their services for free a long time ago. Well, they have their own servers. That was one of the things that brought me to them in the first place. You don't have to save your mail. Your Yahoo Mail is not stored on your device or computer. It's left, thankfully, on their servers. Okay? So I said that to say, if you click on a device to open up an email, that's fine because it's on Yahoo servers. However, inside the email, all right, if you click on a link sent by anyone in that email, well, then that's a different thing because that's an address, an IP address, actually, that takes you off of their server and out into the wild west, known as the internet. All right, and anything can happen. All bets are off. Yahoo's not responsible if you click on that. All right. However, it's okay to open the mail generally because that's Yahoo servers, and trust me, they do everything under the sun to make sure people can open their emails. That's the name of the game with Yahoo. All right. However, don't click on a link. Why? Now, if I was very desperate, I would have clicked on that link and probably lost maybe a computer or a network for hours or days. It depends. Don't know how well that little trick was, how well the virus was written. I'm not sure. Don't care. You just have to understand what you're dealing with. So if it's a trusted source, by all means. If it's a trusted source and it doesn't quite sound like the people you know, maybe not. If somebody isn't dying, it can wait, right? Had another inquiry about our business, and a person they thought they might want to get into business with us. However, they wanted to cut us a check, and they're involved several different, and we're all for that, but it involved several different people and several different transactions, and it stunk to high heaven of a scam where there was going to be MoneyGram involved and all that. These are the scam basics. One, if you have a service, number one, if you have an initiated contact, they can't pick up a phone and call you, and you're listed. Don't answer the email. Period. It's not worth it. You can click on it, but there's so much temptation after that opening up that mail that you may accidentally click on the link, and there goes your system or your computer or days of revenue, money, paper, and we don't want to lose no paper, do we? So when you have a service set up and you have a phone number, there's no need to do any funny bunny transactions to get money. That's not necessary, because if you do what you love, it'll be there. You don't have to do things that that's part of the success corner that we were talking about not too long ago. You don't have to catch every ball thrown at you. Another one of the wonderful things about being in America is the two-letter word no. No. And practice it. When you get alone or away from your clients, whatever, practice, or your kids, practice the word no. And it's easy to do. You can imagine in your mind different scenarios, and there's a different no for each and every one of them. Okay? But if you're going to be really good at something, you're going to have to be bad at a whole lot of other stuff. You get me? You can't be good at everything. Some people are. They're freaks of nature. There are exceptions to the rule. However, we're just going to keep it straight here. You don't have to be good. You don't have to take everything. You don't have to commit to every single thing that all these people want you to do. You can say no, because your first priority is that one thing that you do so well. That should be your first priority. Okay, you're on a path. You're headed in a certain direction. Very quickly, you can be asked to come off of that and take an excursion. It's up to you. It's totally up to you. It's a choice. Because it's a choice, because it's America, you say no. I'm not going in your kid's damn stupid ass dress rehearsal. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to no stupid ass xylophone recital when I'm supposed to be at a meet and greet over for LinkedIn, and by God, that's where I'm going. You're not going to stop me. Go back up, back up, back up. Or other times it's business associates that will try to take you off your path. It's not like they're out to get you or anything. What I'm saying is, when you have a purpose and a direction and you're headed in a certain path, you should really try to stay in that direction and on that path. And if you feel empowered to do that every day, good for you. But just know, as soon as you get real serious about it, people will try to. It's not like they're really. It might be something buried deep in the subconscious mind, but on the frontal lobe, they're not exactly trying to screw you up. And it's a human thing. Trust me, it is a very human thing. Oh, we haven't seen you in a while. What you been doing? Does it freaking matter? Who are you talking to that you need to even stop? I believe in people, and I believe in being social. I think it's healthy on mentally and physically. However, I'm not against people trying to do what they're programmed to do. What I am against is the ignorance of knowing or not knowing that you don't have to go to every engagement. You can say no. Thankfully, you can say thank you, no thank you. Oh, that sounds great. No, I'm not going to be able to make it. No, I'm not going. You can practice and get good at it. Because 9 times out of 10, it may be something that's holding you back, is that you are trying to make shoes to be put on the world stage, and someone wants to know, it doesn't matter who they are, if you want to go to Cancun. Well, you know the deadline's coming up. It's a choice. You can say yes or no. Your factory is in Texas, and Cancun is not too far from there. However, the deadline's coming, whether or not you'll be able to enter your shoes into that be able to display them at a shoe festival or something like that in Bangladesh. Who knows? Who knows? However, it's a bad analogy, yes. The point is that as soon as you get real serious about where you're headed, you will find, it's just an international truth or law, that you will be invited to parties that when you wasn't doing nothing, there was nobody inviting you to no party. Was they? You get alone and get some money, and all of a sudden you got some friends. That's just, God, it's just the way it works. All right, you have to know that. You have to be prepared for it. Get your nose ready today. Start saying no. All right, because success is not a destination. We would be dead in the water if success was a destination a long time ago. The whole country would be sunk if success was a destination. I mean, for God's sakes. I can go to some. I'm not going to go there, but it's a choice. It's a choice. If you in fact realize that you're on the wrong track, and you get on the right track and start chugging in that direction into those venues and those avenues and the places you want to be and all that stuff, you're successful right there. If you start getting yourself ready for opportunities to play on that stage, in that arena, in the place you wish to be in the future, you're successful already. If you start investing in your 10,000 hours, you're successful right now. If you're doing it right now, you're successful right now. And you can be unsuccessful right now, too. It goes both ways. You have to understand first that you have to get your mind right. Your first creation, your mental map, should always match the terrain in which you think you are. Should map the mental map should match the real map. Okay? And as fast as things change, you need to update your mental maps. Okay? And that's called a paradigm shift. And if you change your mind, you can change your life. Okay? Really simply and cleanly, we've been talking about it a lot. People are what we do. We're not what we say, and we're not what we look like. We're not the fancy clothes or wristwatch or the fancy cars. That's all outside stuff. That doesn't tell you anything about the actual people that you're thinking about getting into business with. What, however, does tell on them, and they think that minds can't be read, but minds can be read, thanks to James Allen. As a man thinketh. A lot of what we do is who we are, and in that is our circumstances. Now, you can't judge a person 100% on their circumstance, because there's all kinds of ways things happen. However, if it's always happening to them, there might be a really good reason why it's always happening. Why is all that always happening? Why is it always happening to them? Why? And they may be even saying, why does this always happen to me? Well, the truth is people can read your mind, and you can start to read you can start to read people's mind today, right now. I'd like to thank you if you caught this at a red light, or if you caught the show. We're all about tech, and we want to help you realize that you are in control of tech. So as far as, it's not hard, and the best technology is made easy. That's the best technology. So we want to get rid of all your old mental maps of how hard it was when they tried to get you to make a computer talk the date and time. That was a long time ago. It's not the same anymore. Most things that was before plug and play, when you actually had to sit down and write code, install, solder, do all these crazy things that people thought they couldn't do, but you can. It just depends on how big you want to is. But technology has grown by leaps and bounds, and it's easier than ever. There's proof in that. You hand a kid your iPad or your phone, and they'll know more about it in less than a week than you do. That's how good the technology is. Not necessarily that they're smart or smarter than you. It's that it's very, very good technology. And there's never been a time like this. So we bring up the character stuff, and we bring up success because we believe in working inside out. So what? If I gave you $1 million right now, you'd probably be broke in 30 days if you've never ever, if you can't hold on to $10, I can give you $1 million and I'll know that it'll be gone. Because why? Because we are creatures of habit. We are creatures of habit. We are what we do, and none of what we say or what we look like. And our circumstances tell on us. Period. So if you've been wondering whether or not you should take it to the next level in that relationship or this relationship with that person or this person, it's very simple. What do they do? And that is who they are. Period. You don't have to pay $300 an hour to go to a psychiatrist to find out if it's you. You don't have to pay all that. You don't have to worry. You don't have to lose sleep anymore. It's simple. We are what we do. None of what we say. It's good when people do what they say. That's great. That's how you build respect, is by doing what you said you was going to do. And if, by golly, if you breaking your neck to try to get it done, or calling well in advance to let them know that you failed at that, and can we reschedule? All right? Because a bad character isn't one that makes every date on the calendar, every meeting. No, it's one that communicates and is very social and thoughtful about other people's feelings and what it took for them to make it to that engagement and all this. I mean, it's different for everyone, and some people spend more time and money than others. And for some people, it'll be a big deal if you can't make it, and for some people, it won't. But it'll be character killing if you don't even call, or if you just don't show up. Say, I've lost it. Forget it. Screw it. I screwed up. Don't do that. What you should do is say, you know what? Who knows what these people put on the side or on hold to meet me? I'm going to be bigger, and I'm going to call them and let them know right now, because I know about it now. Let them know I'm not going to make it. Can we reschedule this? You pull out your date book, and you ask them that if you can call them back when they get their date book open, and you can reschedule. That's mature business, and it can be done that way. It's that easy. It's also very easy to figure out if you need this person or that person to help you, or if you want to let this person work on your stuff. The truth is in the circumstances. The truth is we are what we do, none of what we say. Yes, if you want to pay more for a pretty smile and some nice, sweet-sounding stuff that they may lay in your ear, fine, it's up to you. But now that you know, you can never go back. We're not about what we say. We're only about what we do. That is who we are. So if you've been grappling on whether or not you were going to do this with that person or this or that group, or you're going to join that company, look at them. Look at it. What have they been doing? Forget everything they said. Just look at what they've done so far. And also recognize your role in it as well. Don't exclude your part. Because there's 3 sides, right? Or 4 sides, however you want to look at it. Your side, their side, what really happened, and what's the other one? What was supposed to happen? I don't know. All right. So enough about that, but that's why we keep going back. 1, you can be fit. You can be in shape. Who in the hell wants to hire somebody when they take the first look at them, it says everything that I don't give a damn about myself or my appearance, and I'm probably not going to give a damn about your company too. That's a quick interview. Unfortunately, they say it's shallow. Shouldn't judge people on the outside. You can judge people. There's nothing in the world that says that you cannot judge people. It's very important that you judge people. We do it all the time. Even if we're going to say hello, we make a snap decision by looking at them. And I usually say hello anyway, because maybe that person just needs somebody to acknowledge that they still exist. Just because they got older, or just because their hair turned a little gray, doesn't mean that they hadn't been here and paid their dues and earned the right to be here. for whatever reason or another, they deserve respect too. Just to fear the pure the fact that they're still here means a lot. So pay attention to some older people once in a while, and they may have some information you could use. Actually, be social. Go get sick. Shake a whole bunch of hands. Get sick. Bring your immune system back up to par. Well, you know, the only reason that we bring all that stuff in is because we want you to actually go down this road of success and be successful all the way from the inside out, from the bottom up. That way that when the opportunity comes and somebody really wants to lay $1 million deal on you, man, you will be able to handle it from the inside out by habit. You'll be able to take it on with confidence and not just walk up in there, man, are they going to figure it out? Are they going to find out today that I'm a fraud? I mean, everybody's fraud. That is totally human. It's totally human to feel that pressure. However, if you have not been Speedy Gonzalez and just speeding your way through all the stuff that you should know and all the experiences, and you don't own enough of yourself, then you probably don't deserve to be in a situation that will put you in this position to receive a great opportunity. Because I can tell you, honestly, if you're not ready, it's probably good that you didn't get it because you didn't mess your name up. You didn't mess your company name up. You didn't mess your name up. You know, it goes back to the other thing. Don't catch every opportunity. Every opportunity ain't an opportunity if you're not ready. An opportunity becomes a disaster if you're not ready for it. Or it becomes very painful. Oh, I could have had it. Oh, but you should turn that energy into something positive and let that burn. Let it burn, like Usher say. Big up, Usher. Let it burn. Learn. Let it burn and learn. You know what I'm saying? Don't get mad. Every problem is an opportunity to advance. But some of the missed opportunities hurt, man. Some of them hurt. So you said, yeah, I'll miss my daughter's softball game to come to that meeting, and then you get all the way to another state or city, and the meeting was canceled, and you could have been at the damn game anyway. You know why? It's hard to make that decision. But you know, you do have to think about these things. You can't be the king in business and expect to be the king at home too. That only happens for a very small few. I'm talking very small. So either you're going to be great in business and terrible at home. This is how it's been going. I don't think this is false at all. Or you're going to be great at home and you're going to be terrible in business. Or if you're lucky, you can find an even keel, a compromise somewhere in between where you're pretty damn good at home and you're pretty damn good in business. And that's going to be a judgment call that you're going to have to make at some point. But trust me, people that want to invest in your company and everything, they're going to take a look at that. And it depends on where they're at, how important it's going to be. So if you show up, yeah, you might be the only guy that can write the code for what they need right now. And you show up in a wrinkled out shirt, you smell like armpits because you believe in the Santa Fe spritzer, you don't want to wear deodorant and all that crap, and they may tell you to go home, and they don't give a damn that you're the only person right now that can write that piece of code and get them on their way on their project. That some things, some people will not compromise on. So you can play that flip-flop role, walk into the company if you want to, or you can recognize that first I need to respect these people before and earn some respect before I can just assume that it'd be okay for me not to wear the underarm deodorant and not press my shirt. So, it happens. I've seen it too many times in this town, and that's just missing out on opportunity. So right there in the circumstances, it doesn't matter what that person says, a company may just decide, oh, hell no. Not no, but hell. Hell no. Get him out of here. Get that guy out of here. Really. Really. So we become overzealous because maybe we specialize in an area or whatever, but you just have to remember that people judge you. People judge you real quick. People will judge you. So all of that stuff is important. I expect that you can say, screw that, Shaun. I'm about the paper. I'm going to make it rain. I'm going to be the one that changes the game. I'm the one that can come and do everything I want to do the way I want to do it, and nothing else matters. That's fine. That's fine. I can tell you with a great deal of assurity that your success or that particular success won't last, because if you skip all the character stuff, you won't be able, that money will fall through your hands faster than water. I can guarantee you. I can guarantee you. So it goes back to the school stuff, right? A, B, C, D. If you could get it right consistently, if you can consistently get it right, ongoing, the rest will take care of itself. So you have an alarm to eat. I have alarms to eat, because I want to feed myself quality stuff, so I won't be hungry and distracted. All right, so I eat iron, I eat protein, I eat carbohydrates, I eat fat, and the reason I eat a tablespoon of fat is so that my body isn't craving fat when I need it to be focused on something else very important that I find very important. So, and I got some flack over tablespoon of butter off a tweet I sent. Yeah, a tablespoon of butter, and guess what? If I get in trouble, or if something I thought I ate enough of what I needed and it wasn't, come break time or something like that, I'll get a tablespoon of peanut butter or almond butter, because it has a high content of good omega fat, and eat that. And then all of a sudden, I'm not hungry anymore, or I'm not as hungry as I thought I was, because all my body was craving. So all that stuff is really important, because the golden goose, you're the golden goose. You are the golden goose. You know what? You remember Jack and the Beanstalk? All right, you are the golden goose. The golden goose is great as long as the golden goose is alive. You dig? Can you follow me? So, in other words, you can't get anything from a dead golden goose. It's impossible. You're not going to get nothing from a dead golden goose. So take care of yourself. Businesses and companies and associates and contractors, they all know the scope from Baltimore to Kokomo. All right. So if you look like you can't take care of yourself, who in the world is going to hand over $1 million company to you, or $1 million department, or $1 million piece of equipment? It's not going to happen. I can tell you it's not. And if it does, they don't expect you to come back alive. You need to think, why did they just give me all this stuff? I look like shit, man. How did I? Some people will say, damn, I'm lucky. Oh, yeah, we're going to party tonight. No, you need to think about, why are they giving me this again? I don't think I deserve it. Trust me. Trust me. It's worth a look. If you take care of the golden goose, you don't have to worry about the golden eggs. The golden eggs will be there. But you have to take care of you. And mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically, you have to do that. And it's not easy. I would dare say concentrate on baths. Brushing and doing mouthwash. Concentrate on keeping your drawers clean. As a start, all you young techies out there, and start getting in the habit of doing the right things at the right times, and before you know it, you'll no longer have to think about it. It will be a habit. It will become who you are, because that's all you're doing, and that's why we mention all this other stuff. Yes, this is a tech show. Yes, we want to help you get better at tech. Yes, we want to help you get better. Sometimes we have to go back before we can speed it up. You know what I'm saying? Most deaf. Big ups to most deaf. Sometimes we got to slow it down before we can speed it up. So if you don't know anything about computers, good. If you know a little bit about computers, good. If you know a whole lot about computers, really good. Give us a call. We want to know if we can maybe hire you. But that's why we go back and forth. And I get a lot of calls. Why was you talking about this or that? That doesn't have it. Yeah, it does. Technology is where it's at. And if you don't know, then you don't know. I guess everybody should have known as soon as Pixar became a major player in the motion picture game. But it's everywhere. We used to have like one story a day. I remember there was like one big story a week. But now it's 20 to 40 stories, just because it's so interlaced in everything that we do. So that's why we mention the other stuff, because we can't really produce great text and people or help people learn how to process as a tech so they can quickly problem solve if they're all screwed up inside. If the base, like a foundation, if the foundation is cracked, you can't build a house on it. So I would be wasting my time, and it wouldn't be doing a service to you if you were overweight, about to have a heart attack, like I was, and I didn't tell you that there was a different way. There was another way. I would be wrong for that. I feel it's my responsibility to let you know, these things that you might not even have ever thought of. The way you look matters. It doesn't matter. It does matter. It does matter. It does matter. The way you talk, the way you behave, it does matter. Yeah. The way you look on the outside, it does matter. What matters more is what you do. Because to me, like, I get emails all the time. We want you to head up this department or do that. And then I look at the character of the people sending the stuff. That's not on my path. That's not where I'm headed. And in their circumstances and by character, I can tell I don't want to be there. Quickly. Doesn't take very long. Once you see what a person does and know who they are, you can decide. Trust me. Try it. You can try it right now. You can try it right now. Think about your mom. She says she loves you. Now think about all the things that she does or the things that she did. Is it true? Go ahead. You need some time? Is it true? Yeah. Now you mean? See what I mean? Now you can get it. It's that simple. Your best friend. Why was they your best friend? Was it about what they said or was it about what they did? Think about it. It's not hard. It's not hard to make a decision about whether you should invite somebody into your life, whether on a associate level or acquaintance level, business level, friendship level, lover, wife. It doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. Babysitter, garbage man, mailman. What do? Your mailman's on time every day. Might be somebody you might want to say hello to. So you can qualify whether or not you're going to say hello. I say hello to everybody. I don't give a damn. That's the way we was raised in my house. Whether they hate your guts, you say hello to them. You give them some respect. Whether or not they're respecting you first or not, give them the option. Give them a chance to respect you. You know they don't like you. You know they wish you would have never moved in the neighborhood. Just because you know that, it shouldn't stop you from doing the right thing. And you don't have to tell them everything. You say, "What's up? Hey now. All right then. Good morning." Respect can only be earned. Can't be purchased. Can't be bought online. So if you respect yourself, you will say good morning. See what I'm saying? It ain't about them at that point. It's about you. You're representing your family, your household. You're the people that brought you up. You're representing them. You gonna act like a little biznick? Yeah, are you? Are you a biznick? If you're not, maybe you shouldn't act like one. Maybe you should start behaving in the manner in which you truly are. And it doesn't take long, and that's where knowledge of self comes in. I can't help you with knowledge of self. It's an age-old question. Who am I? I can't help you. You are. You can start saying what you do, and that's who you are. I get up in the morning and I walk before the sun. I meet the sun in the morning. And then I take a shower. And then, you follow me? I walk my dog. Then I open the mail. Then I turn on the BBC. And then, this is who you are. So if you're ever faced with that in an interview, who are you? And you say your name, you just messed up. because they're not asking you. They know your name. They have your resume. They have your application. They know your name. What they're asking for is, what do you do? And they're asking in another way to see if you can underdig or overstand or meme what they're trying to get at. And if you can't read between the lines, you probably, your application, somebody's probably going to get in trouble for even having you sit down or make it that far in the process where they had to sit down and discover that you didn't know who you were. So if you're ever confronted with that, you can just say, I'm a person that that takes care of their body and minds what they put inside it and what their output's going to be, so that I can function at a higher level than most. Guaranteed, you'll blow them away every time. But put something a little personal in there as far as what you do, because that's who you are. When they ask you who you are and they know your name, you need to tell them who you are. Quick, decisive, right on time. Because if you don't know, who the hell knows? and they're going to try to get you out of their office as soon as possible. As soon as okay, thank you. Next. So, but I can't help you with that. As a matter of fact, you are what you do. So you can pause for a second, think about what you did this morning, what you did the morning before, what you did the morning before that, and you can tell them whatever that is in your own words, exactly who you are. And I guarantee you will knock their socks off and be in the running for that position because you answered the question correctly. Yeah. So that's why we bring up all that other stuff. We can get you to the job, right? We can get you to the opportunity, but will you be ready? Do you deserve the opportunity? And only you can decide that. You know, are you done with the party yet? Are you done with the after party yet? Are you ready to get focused on what you want to do, not what anybody else wants you to do? Because that's where the greatest passion comes from. If you want to be a dancer, what the hell are you doing with a gun? Guns and dancing don't have nothing to do with each other unless it's a Mel Brooks flick. Unless it's a movie. If you want to dance, what are you doing playing with guns? It's totally opposite of what you really want to do. Who's stopping you from doing what you want to do in America? I would really love to hear that one. Think about it. If you're in a situation where you can't say no, or you're in a situation where you can't do what you want to do, run. Don't walk. Run and get the hell out of there, because that's not the America you deserve. You deserve a better America. My name is Shaun, kShaun with memesit.com. Please, if you like the show, send us a line, drop us a line, hit like, hit subscribe. We'll see you right back here tomorrow on the Red Light Rush. Remember, stay free. Be kind to yourself and be kind to others, and the rest will fall into place. Trust me. You trust me? Or if you just need to, hang out with a ninja, come on back. We'll be right here, or you can hit play. I'll be right here anytime you want it. I got it. We got it. We got it. And